Stampin' friends. Tonight we're going to use the Oval Occasions stamp set and the little punches that go with it. This stamp set fits in an oval, or it fits in a scalloped oval that's in the punch. Let me try to show you that right here. And you would think that all of them will fit in there, but some of them actually have to be cut with the scalloped oval, even though you would maybe want to use it with the smaller oval. So I wanted to say that you can't always use the one you may be thinking of on that. Okay, so I wanted to start talking about some ideas for using this stamp set. I really liked the Happy Birthday and the Sweet Friend, because I think that that one will be really cute with the Hey Girlfriend set. And then, of course, it has this little four-leaf clover. It's not a shamrock, but I think we can use that if we want for a St. Patrick's Day card. So that's kind of cute with the So Lucky to Know You. So I think that's a cute one to send, even if it's a four-leaf clover instead of a shamrock. So that's kind of fun. And then I think that these little bunnies are cute for Easter. I don't necessarily know if it looks like a baby card, because the baby bunny is not out hopping around usually immediately. They stay in their little nest, but it has a lot of cute little ideas, I think. And then, of course, I can always use the Thank You for Your Kindness type cards as well. So I am ready to show you a few things with this. First, I would like to just talk about what I started with on this card. I hope that I don't bore you too much, and if I do, you can always come back and watch the replay. But what I wanted to do was color her hair Cinnamon Cider, because I think that is a really pretty color to use for hair. It just kind of looks like a nice golden kind of a color. And then I wanted to put the a yellow balloon kind of on the edge of the card. Well, the problem is when you go to do that, you end up cutting off like her bottom foot or the top of the balloon, and it's really hard to fit it in there. So what I decided to do was just cut out the balloon, put it where I would normally put it, and then you can use like the edge of, for example, an oval, and then just use your pen and draw. I'm going to wait till I'm actually to that point, but just draw it on. Or maybe if you're like me, maybe you want to start with a pencil, because yeah, and be sure that you've got it right, and one that's pretty easy to erase. And then that way you can have it. It really fixes your problem, but really it adds a better look than you would have with just this. That would just be a little plain. And whereas if we have it like this, we can have the edge here, and we can put our balloon on the edge there, and it just adds more cuteness to it. So now I'm just going to get out my Sweet Friend and my Happy Birthday. So I am putting this here, the Sweet Friend and the Happy Birthday. I'm all set with that. And then I just need my little punch. So you can see here I punched the scallopy edge, and it's kind of actually a postage stamp edge. But I stamped that with that, and then I'm just going to slide this in and stamp the little one with this. It's a little hard to see. The easiest way to try to get it straight is to get it equal on both sides, and then to try to get it side by side and make sure that it's straight into the points. But sometimes I still mess up, so we'll see how it goes with me trying to hurry here. Let's see. And then I'm going to get the Happy Birthday. I'm going to use the Happy because sometimes the birthday, sometimes a script will kind of go off to the side or something like that. So I'm going to try to get the Happy straight. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to just go ahead and mount these on here. That's one thing I like about the grid paper. Okay, so I'm going to get my Happy Birthday. Oops, I don't quite have that right, do I? Okay, there we are. So I have those kind of on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and mount her on here and hope that I don't do anything too terrible when I'm coloring. Here we are. And then I think I will probably want dimensionals under this layer. Go. Maybe one right in the middle. There we go. Okay, then I can see that. And then what I was thinking of doing was imagine putting this here, because we know we want to put that on. And then have happy birthday, sweet friend. We could have it like this. Or we could just put our happy birthday over to the side, scooch this down a little bit, and put our sweet friend down here. And I think I kind of prefer that one. So what I was thinking when I did this was that I would use the yellow on the balloon. But then the dark Daffodil Delight is really dark and the light Daffodil Delight is really light. So to me, it wasn't great with the cardstock. So what I was thinking, maybe I would just use a different color for the balloon, maybe even the same color as her dress, just to allow it to be a little more, I don't know what you would call it, a little more contrast, I guess. Or maybe I should have picked a different color for my card base. You could argue that I could have used red and that would have been a cute pop of color. So anyway, this is how I'm going to do this card, and it'll be finished up, colored like approximately like this. And I'll probably add a ribbon. Let me go ahead and show you. I'll probably use this ribbon and I'll just tuck it right under, and I'll probably have a little tuft of bow right over here on the side. And I think that'll make a really sweet card to give a friend. So that was kind of my point with this, is I really like the happy birthday sweet friend, because the Hello Girlfriend doesn't actually have a happy birthday, and it doesn't actually have something that says exactly sweet friend. It says, hey girlfriend, and like some things that say things, but I like the sweet friend because that's kind of what I say. So there is that, and I will get on that and have that posted on my blog, so that you can see it. And then I need to do a search here real quick, because I want to show you the little bunnies. I colored them in the light Flirty Flamingo, but I was wanting to try and do this punch here, the triple banner, and have it layered in here. But I just realized that I cut this a little bit too wide. So I'm going to real quick, I love that I have this handy for this. I'm just going to cut it a little bit smaller. I'm going to cut this down to 1.5. Cut off that funny edge that I have going there. And then I'm going to cut these down just a bit. And cut them down to 1 3/4, or no, actually 2 I think was big enough. So we'll see here if I like that when I'm done. So then I'm just going to make sure that I have this all the way in, and then make sure on the back that it's straight. That can be so important with this punch. Okay, so I'm just making sure that I have these side pieces even over here. And I don't want it to be too much the other way, and I want it to be flat against the bottom. So I did that one. Now I'm just going to do this one, and I may have to make that a little smaller. And then I'm doing basically the same thing here. I'm making sure that I have what is not covered on each side even, as best I can. Okay, so then I could put this on here and decide if I like it. I think it's actually kind of cute that way. But I'm kind of thinking it's a little bit large for the size of my scallop oval. So I'm just going to go ahead. I've got another piece here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. Actually, I could do it this way as well. I could just take this and cut a little bit off each side. So like 1/8 of an inch off each side. Let's just see what happens. And there we go. See if it's still lined up. This will be a learning experience. See if it remains lined up or if it's crazy now. No, it's still lined up. So there you can see I can use that as my base. And so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and use my adhesive runner and put tape on both sides. Well, maybe. There we go. And mat that on there. If I can hold my face straight and get it right. Okay, so then I'm ready. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'll fold it over. Oh, I've got a lot of stuff on my mat tonight. Maybe from class last night, I'm not sure. Okay, so there you can see I have the pretty light green. And then I'm just gonna take this and even it up. First of all, I know I won't want that one hanging off there, will I? So I'll just cut that off and then go ahead and imagine it just being on here like this. And what I liked about this is it really lets this little stamp, I mean, it's a tiny stamp, but now I would probably layer this on top of maybe a larger piece of the, oh, hi Lisa, it's good to see you. Maybe make the card base into the Flirty Flamingo. But I like the way this really lets you see, because of its simplicity, really lets you see these little bunnies. So I would probably add, maybe over here on the edges, I would put some pieces, some little embellishments like blings or pearls or something like that. I don't think that the pink pearls in the pastel pearls will look good with this because this is such a robust pink, and that's kind of a faded pink kind of a color. But there's a variety of things that you could use with this that I think would be really cute. So this is kind of probably something that you wouldn't normally think of, such a simple layout, but a lot of times it can really help you use some of these smaller little oval type shaped things or just small general sentiments, you know, using like a thank you right in the middle of something like this can really make it easy. And if you put maybe some embossing folder on the back or something like that, and it will really make a cute and quick, but still, I mean, you've colored it. It looks like you've gone to some effort for people. They won't be offended, I don't think. Anyway, so that's just a cute way to put that together. Okay, and then for my last card, I'm just going to go ahead and make this card. I hope I can show you this. Let's see. So I was doing a St. Patrick's Day card, and I got kind of whatever, and I really wanted to use hearts. It might be cuter to use smaller hearts, but I kind of got excited by big, crazy hearts. So what I just did, this is our Just Jade, which you wouldn't normally think of as a St. Patrick's Day type color, because it is kind of soft. But when you use this much of it, I think it does make it St. Patrick's like. So what I did, this is the 6x6 in color card pack. That's the paper pack that's in the catalog. And so this is just, the other side is kind of like a denim. And so I used the polka dot on this. And then this is the tiny little stamp that comes in the oval occasions. And so I just kind of stamped this all over, and I made sure to intentionally stamp a little off the edge just so that I would have that, had an off the edge look. And then the So Lucky to Know You stamp, punched out with the scallop. And then this is the ribbon. Remember the Just Jade ribbon, all of the in color have one of those. Then I just stamped our regular heart punch. And then this is just a small circle punch that I had. And then I used the heart punch, I'll show you in just a second, to create the stem here, just from a side of one of the things. So that was kind of a quick sum up there. All right, let's see here. Let me move some things out of the way. All right. So the first thing I want to do is just do some stamping with my Just Jade. Those guys need to go. And I'm just going to do this. And so since I'm going to put this on the bottom, I'm not going to want to use the whole thing. I'm going to just kind of want to go across and maybe keep it turned all one way at first, just so that you can tell what you're doing. I'm just going to use the back of this dimensional back just to use an edge here so that I don't, when I stamp off, I don't make a mess. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it another way and do a little bit of stamping. Then I am ready to get that marker Is this it? No, that is not it. Where did it go? Oh, maybe I used this blend. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I can't see it. So I will just go ahead and finish these off. Ones that have a little bit of not quite filled out. All right, so you can see that that is pretty much done. Then I just want to stamp my little guy here as soon as I find my, there's my paper. I want to stamp my So Lucky to Know You. But here, I'll go ahead and punch this out. And then I'm ready to put this piece on here. And in order to get your your paper on here neatly, you can put it on like this, or you can go ahead and cut it first. But one thing I always like to do, if I know that this is 5 1/4 wide, I just try to give it just a tiny smidge, like not even a 1/16 of an inch, more like I would say a 1/64 of an inch of space to just let it extend over the edge of the card, because we don't want any white to show. So what I'm going to do, since I have my little stamp thing and I can't cut larger than about 4 1/2 inches, I'm just going to go ahead and put it here. Oopsie. And get it adhered on. Make sure I can check from the back to see if I have it fairly straight. And I don't mind if a little bit of the green shows. So then I'm just going to take it and put it in here and cut off the little bit of the green that is too long, because this was a 6-inch piece of pattern paper. So then there you can see I've got that cut off, all set there. And then I'm just going to punch some hearts. So I've got one there I saw just a minute ago. Where did I put him? Well, oh, there he is, right there. And then I need one more. So this kind of connects the two together, because mine only has three of the little hearts, and then I can still use the little shamrock, the little 4-leaf clovers for the back. Shamrocks have 3. So this is what I was wanting to show you with this. You can take your either side of your heart punch. That didn't actually punch very neatly. Let me try that again and see if it's, oh yeah, that one looks better. And then you can just take the edge here and use that to make a stem. So what I did was just kind of go like that and just get it about as wide as I wanted. Of course, it goes in the floor almost, into my lap. And then I've got a little stem that I can use on here under my shamrock. So to do this, I just kind of folded my shamrock flowers, my petals like this. And then I just put a dimensional under the center part. There we are. So then just imagine putting it there. Oh, let's get our ribbon. There we go. And my scissors. There we are. Let's go ahead and put that on. I didn't quite get it down low enough. Actually, I kind of skipped a spot there. So it probably would have been a good idea to stamp another one right in here somewhere, wouldn't it? There we go. That's better. And then because it's light, because I didn't re-ink it, I'll just go ahead over it with this. And you honestly can't really tell, can you? There we go. And let's put this on. And what I'm doing with this is just rolling it over the top to keep it going. So I'll be able to use it the next time I want to use it. Okay, there we are. Just make sure that I think that it feels like it looks even. I think I want it down a little on this side. There we go. Then I'm just going to add a little to the back. And the top. And then I'll put it on my card base. Now, of course, I'll go ahead and put some white paper inside here. And of course, stamping some little 4-leaf clovers inside would just add to the whole effect here. There we go. let's see, I think I want to tilt that down just a little. Looks like it's kind of going up a bit. Gotta be real careful when I lift this up. I don't want to make the paper kind of show a little bit of stress. So, okay, there we are. Okay, so I'm ready to put this back together. I'm gonna put a couple of glue dots on here. I wanted to show you all something strange that has happened lately. This is the way the glue dots normally are. They have, typically they have the adhesive dots on this little roll. And so it kind of protects it because you have this going over it. Well, what has been happening lately is the dots have been on this piece. And then the problem is when you go to put this, lay it on your table or something, this is flopping and your dots will stick to things. So in order to not let that happen, you can just unroll this and roll it back around an empty one. It's trouble, and you'll want to do something to adhere the first piece to this. You know, maybe turn it like this and adhere it to an empty roll like this, just the plain. Under here is just a little hard roll. So if you're about to open a new package, save the old one so that you can roll this backwards. Now, maybe this won't bother you, but anything that's different than normal and for no reason drives me crazy. But people have told Stampin' Up! About this, and they don't think it's a flaw or anything. So I would suggest that you save yours like this and put it onto the roll the other way, just to make it easier on yourself, if you're used to doing it like I am. And if you're a flexible person, good for you, because I wish I weren't that way, but I'm just like, oh, this is messing me up. So just a little tip on that. Now I'm ready to put these guys together. Just put one on each side. So what I did was, for the first one, I put it up at the top. And then for the second one, put it to the side. And then you do want to make sure that you have room for your edge, for it to not stick off the edge completely. That's why I didn't stick this down quite yet, because I wanted to put this on kind of like that. And then this one, I'll put right here, kind of like that. And if you don't think it needs the circle in the middle, of course, then that's just totally fine. Just leave it like it is. But if you want to put a circle, just cut a circle. There's, you know, several different small circle punches we've had over the years. And you can just put a glue dot on that little guy and stick him right in the middle. And if you don't want to, no big. They really don't have circles like that. And then here's my So Lucky to Know You, and I hope this is the one I just punched out. I think it is. And I'll just put it right over here. And probably what I would do is add some Wink of Stella just to the flowers, or maybe put some pink on the flowers and then put the Wink of Stella all around it. And maybe even all over the whole thing, because, you know, So Lucky to Know You, possibly even on your little, oh, that's going to look really pretty. I'm definitely going to do that. Put some Wink of Stella on your shamrock. That'll just give it a little extra attention to detail that I think that people, when you give it to them, will really appreciate. And let's see if I can even make it where you can see it. I may not can. Let's see. I try to move it. I don't think you can see it. But anyway, it has Wink of Stella over here, and I'll completely cover that over so that I can get a really good shine. And then I'll probably use some of our, you know, the ones that we have for Christmas. You can use just a Just Jade blend, but we have these really dark green Christmas ones, and that could look really cute in the corner as well. So I'm sure I'll add those to my cards. And then I think this will really make someone's St. Patrick's Day a little more fun. So even if you don't necessarily celebrate, I think I'm Irish. I really can't prove it. But it will just make it kind of a fun thing for the 17th. So anyway, I appreciate you all watching, and I will try to get this edited and up on my blog soon so that I can link it to Facebook. I think I forgot to do that today on last week's, so I'll do that as well. So I appreciate you watching, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.